Hi there. Today we're embarking on a captivating journey as we step back in time to explore the legendary TV series Gilligan's Island. I'm sure many of you hold fond memories of this classic show. Gilligan's Island is a timeless gem that has left an indelible mark on television history. Join us as we relive the magic, revisiting the series with the entire cast, then and now. We'll uncover the original identities and ages of the talented actors from the show and witness how they've transformed in the year 2023. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of Gilligan's Island together. Bob Denver as Gilligan. Denver secured the lead role in the TV show Gilligan's Island, which ran for 3 seasons between 1964 and 1967, becoming a timeless favorite in syndication. His portrayal of the well-meaning yet clumsy first mate amidst a group of shipwrecked castaways remains his most enduring legacy. Denver's television debut occurred in 1957 when he had a minor role in an episode of the Silent Service, S. was E37, The Loss of the Tang. In 1958, while teaching in Corpus Christi, he got an opportunity to audition for a part in the sitcom The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, thanks to his sister, who worked as a secretary on the studio lot. He won the role and made the decision to leave teaching the following year to become a regular on the show. Denver had 4 marriages, his wives being Maggie Ryan, 1960-1966, Gene Weber, 1967-1970, Carol Abrahams, 1972-1975, and Dorema Perry. He was a father to 2 sons, Patrick and Colin, and 2 daughters, Megan and Emily. On February 7, 1971, Denver faced arrest in Anderson, California, for the possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia in his car. He pleaded no contest, receiving a reduced sentence of a $250 fine. In 1998, he was once again arrested for marijuana delivery to his home. He initially claimed the delivery came from Dawn Wells, who portrayed Maryanne on Gilligan's Island, but later refused to identify her in court, stating that some crazy fan must have sent it. He pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 6 months of probation. During his later years, Denver returned to his beloved Princeton, West Virginia, and worked as an FM radio personality. Alongside his wife, Dreama, he managed a small oldies format radio station, WGAG LP 93.1 FM. He also made occasional public appearances, often dressing up as Gilligan. In 1992, he portrayed Gilligan to raise funds for the Make-A-Wish Foundation at a West Virginia charity event. Denver was a heavy smoker and faced cancer treatment and heart bypass surgery in 2005. On September 2, 2005, he passed away at the age of 70 due to complications, including pneumonia, following surgery for throat cancer at Wake Forest University Baptist Medical Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Alan Hale, Jr. as Janos the Skipper Grumby. Captain Janos Grumby stands out as one of the central figures, often referred to as Skipper or the Skipper. He holds the position of captain on the SS Minnow, a modest excursion vessel that ran aground on the uninhabited island. The character was portrayed by Alan Hale, Jr. Hale's introduction to the Broadway stage occurred in 1931 with his debut in the play Caught Wet, which premiered on November 4th and had a brief run that month. His screen debut took place in the 1933 film Wild Boys of the Road, although his role was edited out from the final release. Despite the edit, he still received screen credit for his performance. He went on to secure roles in various films like To the Shores of Tripoli, 1942, Yanks Ahoy, 1943, Sweetheart of Sigma Chi, 1946, and When Willie Comes Marching Home, 1950. During the late 1940s and early 1950s, he was a frequent presence in Gene Autry films and maintained a recurring role from 1950 to 1952 on The Gene Autry Show. Hale entered into matrimony twice. His initial marriage occurred on March 12, 1943, in Hollywood to Bettina Reed Doer, and the union resulted in 4 children, Alan Bryan, Chris, Lana, and Dorian. The couple later separated. In 1964, Hale tied the knot with former singer Naomi Grace Ingram, and they remained married until his passing. Alan Hale, Jr. passed away on January 2, 1990, at the age of 68, due to thymus cancer at St. Vincent Medical Center in Los Angeles. His remains were cremated, and his ashes were scattered into the Pacific Ocean. At his memorial service, Dawn Wells, his co-star from Gilligan's Island, was present to represent the surviving cast members. In recognition of his significant contributions to the television industry, Alan Hale Jr. was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, situated at 6653 Hollywood Boulevard. Jim Backus as Thurston Howell III. Thurston Howell III emerges as one of the prominent figures within the CBS TV series Gilligan's Island. He holds the position of the head of Howell Industries and is renowned for his exceptional business acumen, which has propelled him to the status of a billionaire. The character of Mr. Howell is brought to life by the seasoned film and television actor Jim Backus on the TV series. Additionally, Backus reprised this role in 3 made-for-TV films produced by NBC: Rescue from Gilligan's Island, The Castaways on Gilligan's Island, and The Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island. Backus notably provided the voice for the nearsighted cartoon character, Mr. Magoo. In later years, as a frequent guest on talk shows, Backus shared a memorable anecdote about Marilyn Monroe urgently summoning him to her dressing room during the filming of the 1952 movie Don't Bother to Knock, in which they both appeared. In the late 1980s, Backus had a heartwarming reunion with his former co-star, Natalie Schaefer, in a commercial for Orville Redenbacher's popcorn. Reprising their beloved roles from Gilligan's Island, the 2 actors, both in fragile health, found themselves in a luxurious study or den instead of their iconic island shipwreck setting. This commercial marked the final television appearance for both performers. The entire cast of Gilligan's Island, including Backus and Schaefer, also made an appearance on Fox's short-lived talk show, The Late Show with Ross Schaefer, in 1988. Tragically, on July 3, 1989, Backus passed away in Los Angeles due to complications from pneumonia following a battle with Parkinson's disease that had spanned many years. Natalie Schaefer as Mrs. Lovey Howell. Mrs. Howell maintains an air of perpetual refinement and composure, the quintessential affluent lady. Interestingly, her concerns are less fixated on wealth compared to her husband, Mr. Howell. An episode titled The Kidnapper even captures her nonchalant attitude as she casually remarks, "It's only money." While Mrs. Howell occasionally reveals a sensitive side, she generally has a knack for persuading her husband to fulfill her desires. Schaefer's acting journey commenced on the Broadway stage, and she eventually made her way to Los Angeles in 1941 to embark on a film career. Her Broadway repertoire encompassed 17 plays spanning the years 1927 to 1959, often featuring her in supporting roles. The majority of her stage appearances were in productions with relatively brief runs, with notable exceptions including Lady in the Dark, 1941 to 42, The Dow Girls, 1942-44, and Romanoff and Juliet, 1957-58. Schaefer's personal life included a marriage to actor Louis Calhern from 1933 to 1942. However, they did not have any children. A cinematic collaboration between Schaefer and Calhern took place in the 1956 film Forever, Darling. Notably, Schaefer maintained a veil of secrecy around her age. She never disclosed her true birth year to her husband during their marriage. For a long time, her birth year was commonly cited as 1912, which few believed to be accurate. It was only after her passing that her actual birth year of 1900 came to light, which even surprised those close to her. She also kept her battle with breast cancer hidden from her fans and friends. Sadly, Schaefer succumbed to liver cancer at the age of 90, passing away in her Beverly Hills residence. She was cremated, and her ashes were scattered into the Pacific Ocean, off San Pedro's Point Fermin Light. As a testament to her generosity, she bequeathed between $1.5 million and $2 million to the Lillian Booth Actors Home, earmarked for the renovation of the hospital's outpatient wing, a space subsequently named the Natalie Schaefer Wing in 1993. Tina Louise as Ginger Grant. Ginger epitomizes the quintessential Hollywood movie star actress, a character who perpetually recites memorable lines from her classic films and consistently secures leading roles in theatrical productions. Additionally, she shares a deep friendship with Maryanne. While Ginger typically exudes a composed demeanor, she can easily be spooked by unexpected elements such as bats and similar occurrences. Louise embarked on her acting journey at an early age, making her debut at a mere 2 years old through an advertisement for her father's candy store. Her formal training in acting, singing, and dancing commenced at the age of 17 under the guidance of Sanford Meisner at the Neighborhood Playhouse School of the Theater in Manhattan. From 1966 to 1971, Louise was married to Les Crane, a radio and TV announcer and interviewer. Together, they welcomed a daughter, Caprice, who later pursued a career as an MTV producer and novelist. An interesting note is that Tina Louise and Les Crane portrayed a married couple in a 1973 episode of Love American Style. Caprice Crane's debut novel, Stupid and Contagious, published in 2006, was dedicated to her mother. Tina Louise holds membership in the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and is a lifetime member of the Actors Studio. She has been a vocal advocate for the advancement of child literacy, dedicating a portion of her book's proceeds, When I Grow Up, 2007, to literacy programs. Louise's commitment extends to volunteering in local public schools since 1996. Her literary contributions include 3 books, such as Sunday, a Memoir, 1997, and When I Grow Up, 2007, which serves as a children's book inspiring young readers to believe in their limitless potential through creative and lighthearted comparisons to remarkable achievements in the animal kingdom. In 2009, she published her second children's book, titled What Does a Bee Do? Russell Johnson as Professor Roy Hinckley. The professor, a high school science teacher and scoutmaster, embarked on the SS Minnow's ill-fated voyage to further his research for his book, Fun with Ferns. He is renowned for his intellect, rationality, kindness, and level-headedness, seldom succumbing to fear. Johnson forged a close friendship with Audie Murphy and joined him in 3 films, Column South and Tumbleweed in 1953, and Ride Clear of Diablo in 1954. Johnson's Hollywood career commenced in 1952, featuring films like The College Fraternity Exposé for Men Only and Loan Shark, released the same year and starring George Raft. Married 3 times, Johnson's first marriage to Edith Cahoon in 1943 concluded with divorce in 1948. In 1949, he wed his second wife, Kay Cousins, whom he met at the Actors Lab in Hollywood. Together, they had a daughter, Kim, and a son, David. Tragically, Cousins passed away on January 20, 1980, in Century City, California. In 1982, Johnson married Constance Connie Dane, becoming a stepfather to her son, Courtney Dane. It was during this period that Johnson collaborated with writer Steve Cox on the memoir Here on Gilligan's Isle, published in 1993. Sadly, Johnson's son, David Johnson, succumbed to AIDS-related complications on October 27, 1994. After his son's diagnosis, Johnson actively engaged in raising funds for AIDS charities. On January 16, 2014, Johnson passed away at the age of 89 due to kidney failure at his residence on Bainbridge Island, Washington. His remains were cremated, and a memorial service was held a month later. Dawn Wells as Maryanne Summers. Maryanne, a young farm girl from Kansas, found herself marooned on a remote South Pacific island alongside 6 fellow castaways. Back in her hometown, she diligently worked on her uncle's farm and held a job as a clerk at the local general store. Described as friendly, kind, and notably sensitive, Maryanne took charge of cooking many of the Eland's meals, earning the favor of nearly everyone with her culinary skills. In 1993, Wells co-authored the Maryanne's Gilligan's Island Cookbook with Ken Beck and Jim Clark, featuring a foreword by Bob Denver. Alan Hale Jr., known for his role as the skipper on Gilligan's Island, contributed a family recipe, Kansas chicken and dumplings. The cookbook paid homage to his character with delectable recipes like Skipper's coconut cream pie, Skipper's navy bean soup, and Skipper's goodbye ribeye. Throughout the book, numerous photographs depicted him as Skipper Janos Grumby. Wells fondly remembered Hale, stating in a 2014 interview with GoErie.com, "Alan could not have been kinder to a young actress. He was a real peach." On October 27, 1962, Wells married Larry Rosen, a talent agent, but the couple did not have children and divorced in 1967. In 2018, a GoFundMe campaign was initiated to assist Wells with medical expenses resulting from a fall. In June 2020, court documents revealed that Wells was battling dementia. Regrettably, Maryanne passed away due to COVID-19-related causes in Los Angeles on December 30th, 2020, at the age of 82 during the COVID-19 pandemic in California. In the week leading up to her passing, she recorded a Happy New Year video intended for release on the holiday. Janos Prohaska as gorilla. The gorilla, a native wildlife species on the island, raises the question of how an African gorilla ended up inhabiting a remote Pacific island, a mystery left unexplained. In 1967, Prohaska made a notable appearance as a white gorilla in an episode titled Fatal Cargo of the ABC TV science fiction series Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. He also gained recognition on NBC TV's Star Trek for his performances in alien costumes of his own creation. His portrayal of the Horta in the Star Trek episode The Devil in the Dark and the Mugato in A Private Little War are among his most renowned roles. In addition to his creature portrayals, Prohaska served as a stunt double for both Arnold Stang and Peter Falk in the 1963 film It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. His expertise allowed him to match Stang's small and lightweight stature by wearing shoulder pads under his costume. Prohaska also made a memorable appearance on an episode of What's My Line in 1969 while dressed in one of his ape costumes. Janos Prohaska was married to Irene M. Knoke from June 29, 1969, until the tragic events of March 13, 1974, which claimed his life. He, along with his son Robert and 34 others, lost their lives in a plane crash involving a chartered Sierra Airlines Convair CV-440 aircraft near Bishop, California. This incident occurred during the filming of the ABC Wolper Productions television series Primal Man. The crash, which took place in darkness when the plane struck a mountain ridge, never had its exact cause determined. His ashes were interred in the mausoleum at Woodlawn Memorial Cemetery in Santa Monica. Janos Prohaska left a lasting legacy, as evident in the tribute to him found in the DC Comics character Blackhawk during a late 1980s revamp by Howard Chaykin. The character leading the group of World War II fighters was named Janos Prohaska in honor of the actor. Furthermore, Ensign Janos, a Starfleet officer portrayed as a Mugato in the Star Trek New Frontier novel series, was also named as a tribute to him. Vito Scotti as Dr. Boris Balanov. Dr. Boris Balanov is a peculiar and eccentric scientist who resides in a castle situated on an island in close proximity to the castaways. His sole companions consist of his loyal manservant Igor and his pet parrot named Timothy. Balanov has, on 2 occasions, attempted to embroil the castaways in his bizarre experiments and outlandish schemes. The actor left an indelible mark with his presence in numerous film and television roles. Notably, he portrayed the Italian train engineer in Von Ryan's Express, leading escaped prisoners to Switzerland, brought the character Nazarene to life in The Godfather, 1972, assumed the role of Vittorio in Choo Choo and The Philly Flash, 1981, and gained particular recognition as the scene-stealing cook in How Sweet It Is, 1968. In a pivotal scene, Scotti's character grabs a flustered Debbie Reynolds and plants a memorable kiss on her midriff. Aside from his accomplishments in the realm of acting, Scotti was widely celebrated for his culinary skills. He held a profound passion for cooking, particularly relishing the recipes passed down by his beloved mother and grandmother. Scotti's dinner parties consistently left two generations of Hollywood's elite praising the delectable food and exquisite wine he served. In his leisure moments, he also found joy in the art of painting. On June 5, 1996, Scotti succumbed to lung cancer while at the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital in Woodland Hills, California. He was laid to rest at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery alongside his first wife, Irene, in the tranquil abbey of the Psalms Mausoleum. Denny Miller as Duke Williams. Duke Williams hails from Topeka, Kansas, and is a robust surfer originally from Waimea Beach, Hawaii. His unexpected arrival on the island occurred after he surfed a tsunami far out to sea and lost his way. In 1959, Miller achieved the distinction of becoming the first blonde actor to portray Tarzan in the film Tarzan, the Ape Man. This low-budget production hastily incorporated footage from earlier Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan films. Miller's selection for the role came on the recommendation of another actor, William Smith, who had also been considered. MGM had Miller under contract for a period of 20 months. However, during that time, he spent a mere 8 weeks portraying Tarzan. Miller penned an autobiography titled Didn't You Used to Be, What's His Name? On January 28, 2004. He also authored a book addressing the issue of obesity in the United States, titled Toxic Waste, Get to No Sweat. Miller resided in Las Vegas, Nevada, with his second wife, Nancy, and shared his expertise by teaching relaxation classes. Unfortunately, in January 2014, he received a diagnosis of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS. On September 9, 2014, Miller passed away in Las Vegas at the age of 80. In the end, the cast of Gilligan's Island created a timeless classic that continues to bring joy to viewers old and new. While the show may have concluded in 1967, its enduring appeal keeps the memory of the beloved cast alive. As they moved on to other adventures, their contributions to the world of entertainment remain cherished. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic journey through the lives of the Gilligan's Island cast then and now.